Hi, it's Matthew Porter back with another Drafthouse Diary. On Thursday, October 13th, 2022, I went back to the Alamo Drafthouse at Sloan's Lake to see the new movie Amsterdam, directed by David O. Russell and starring Christian Bale, Margo Robbie, John David Washington, and a whole bunch of other people in roles both expected and unexpected. And I went in wanting to and expecting to like this movie a lot. I wound up enjoying it, maybe not quite as much as I had hoped, but it was still a solid enough movie. The movie is set in the early 1930s, and it is based very roughly, very loosely on some actual historical events, like the Bonus Army March on Washington, where World War I veterans marched and spoke about getting the bonuses that they were promised for their service in World War I. And also the business plot, which was a political and economic conspiracy in which a number of business leaders attempted to persuade a retired Army general to allow them to install him as a dictator, take the government away from FDR and the Roosevelt administration, and essentially replicate some of what they were seeing in Europe with the rise of fascism in Italy and Germany, because they figured that would allow more control and be better for business. The plot in this movie involves three friends, played by our stars, Bale, Robbie, and Washington, who met in Europe in World War I. Christian Bale plays a Jewish New Yorker who is a doctor, who educated himself beyond his working class beginnings, but won't leave behind the working class people that he knows, even at the risk of the higher status position he could find himself in. And John David Washington, his best friend who he met in the war, is an attorney who is also working to help his community now that they're back in New York. And Margo Robbie plays an avant-garde artist who was a nurse during World War I, and the three of them bonded as they were recovering from wounds and as they all went to Amsterdam in the years following the war. And it turns out that Robbie's family is involved with this conspiracy. Like I say, I wanted to like this more. It had a terrific cast. Some people complain about the weird things that Christian Bale does with accents. I don't mind, because I see that, I can tell that that's the way he gets into a character, is just to go nuts with the accent that fits that character, the voice that fits that character, whether it's Batman or his character in Amsterdam. And I'm fine with that, to let him just dive into an accent and go crazy with it. And I thought, yeah, his performance, I thought it was good. It was a little bit cartoony, but the whole movie is a little bit cartoony. If you got Rami Malek, who does a great bad guy, yeah, that's going to be a little cartoony, and that's fine. But the movie could have been a tighter pace. It could have been a little more consistent in terms of where it's going to show us action, where it's going to just slow down completely so that somebody can present a philosophical idea. The whole thing could have been tightened up. So I expected to like this more than I did. I still give it 2 stars. Still think it's worth watching. Is it a great movie? No. Is it David O. Russell's best movie? No. But it has enough good performances. It has enough interesting cameos and small supporting roles by lots of other people. Chris Rock, Taylor Swift, Timothy Olyphant. It's fun to watch, to see all of these people just having fun with weird material. Other aspects of my visit to the Alamo that night. The pre-roll, I think this was a generic off-the-shelf pre-roll. It didn't seem to have really any connection to the feature, and it was really a weird combination. It had some funk music performances. It had 80s cassette tape ads. It had just things pulled from all over the place. There wasn't even a unifying theme through the pre-roll, the pre-show, let alone any connection to the feature. So it filled time. It was fun to watch. It was diverting. It didn't do the job of getting me in the right mindset for the feature, which is what the best pre-shows at the Alamo do. Food and drink. I had the Royale with cheese, which is Alamo's basic bacon cheeseburger. It's reliable. I've never had one that's bad. if you're in there, you want a burger, you can't go wrong with the Royale with cheese. And it comes with fries, and they usually do fries pretty well at the Alamo. And once again, I had the coffee. Did a great job with the coffee. You can't go wrong with the coffee at the Alamo. Not much more to say. It works. The staff at the theater, once again, great service, very welcoming, very friendly. The theater itself, the more I go to the Sloan's Lake Alamo, the more I realize it could use some refurbishment. The seats in some of the auditoriums are starting to show cracks in the upholstery. In the bathroom, the men's restroom at Sloan's Lake, there were fixtures that were simply missing. I don't know if they're in the middle of some kind of renovation, but it's at least 2 visits now that they're in the middle of whatever it is they're in the middle of. So I hope that they resolve that soon. But overall, it was still an enjoyable visit. It's the kind of movie I might not have gone out to see right away when it opened, but were it not for having a season pass. So the season pass is doing its job in that regard. But thank you very much for watching this review. If you liked this, please click the like button down below to make it easier for other people to find the video. If you want to see more Drafthouse Diaries, click subscribe, and you'll be able to find future reviews. But mostly, again, thank you for watching. Enjoy your movies, and when you do, stay till the end of the credits.